My book is about the entrepreneur, the work of the entrepreneur. I'd probably say I started writing this book 30 years ago because I started poking at it and I started gathering information. And we've done about 100 different interviews with people who worked with me in my companies and people who, one way or another, we've had relationship or worked together or something. The advice I have to give is in the book. I mean, it's the stories I tell, and it's the problems we faced and how did we solve them, and the opportunities that we saw. And the phrase actually comes from my late father-in-law, who said, "Hey, you did all of this with $1,000 and an idea." I needed $600,000 and I only had $1,000. So it actually took multiple ideas and multiple things to happen in order to create the first company. I think that's part of being an entrepreneur, is liking to play a game. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. One of the biggest losses that I've had came in a monopoly busting area. I set out to create a telephone company for computers. I had 8 years to do it, and it took 12 years to get it busted up. So I managed to lose $100 million of my own and other people's money. I had to shut the company down. I continued it with an antitrust suit and got them busted up. There's nothing more important than persistence. When you really know what you want to do and where you want to go and how you want to get there, and there's always naysayers who say it's not going to work. So if you really know in your heart, then nothing's more important. A big part of it is what's productive for you, what works for you. I mean, what works for me might not work for somebody else, and a lot of things that work for other people don't feel comfortable to me. I think it's real important to know who you are. If you don't know who you are, then being an entrepreneur can be a very expensive place to find out. Doing what you love is more important than doing something you think you're going to make a lot of bucks out of, because you may not make a lot of bucks out of it. And the joys of the work to be done is more important than the dollars attached to it. Well, actually what motivated me to start Green Mountain Energy was one day my daughter Christiana came home from school and said, "What are we going to do about all these toxic pollutants we're putting into the air?" It was the first time I really thought about it. And I said, I don't know, what are we going to do about it? So I started thinking about it, and I started studying it and looking at the climate change problem. Most people don't know that over a third of the pollution is caused by the way you make electricity, and so I could see there was an opportunity, and there was an opportunity in the electricity market in making and marketing a cleaner electricity. One of the things I've always done is read books about what other people have done. I mean, I learn lessons from how they did it. I read about Andrew Carnegie, how did he create the steel industry. I read about lots of people, and so I've tried in this book to tell stories about what I've done, what's been the entrepreneurial work, what's been involved in creating the company and building it up, and how we've done it with one company, and then we've come back again and done it with another company, and then we've done it again and again. And there's things you can learn from lots of different stories, and I hope somebody can learn something from the stories I tell here.